Hi, Warriors. Carolyn Tooley here, your financial coach. And today I'd like to talk to you about credit reports. Oh, yes, I know you've been excited to hear about this, but for me, it's important for everyone to know just what credit reports are, what is in them, and why it's important to review them. And I'm also going to tell you that you never have to pay for one. So let's get started just talking about credit reports. So credit reports come from three different reporting agencies, and they contain information dealing with your credit history. It's basically like a DNA of your financial life. So this information is your, as I said, your history, your credit history. It comes from sources like credit card companies, lenders, utility companies, landlords, anybody you may have owed money to. Now, keep in mind, your credit report is not your credit score. You can get your credit report for free. And usually you are only allowed to get it for free once a year. However, since May of 2020 until April 30th, 2021, you can get your free credit reports on a weekly basis. I encourage you to get your credit reports now if you never have, if it's been a while, or even do it one more time before the special time that we can get it weekly. Credit reports contain a lot of information about you. And if you don't review that, it affects your financial life. It also affects your credit score. So the credit report is not your score, but it will affect it, especially if the information is incorrect. So what does the credit reports have on them? Well, it has your personal information, your name, your address, your social security number. You want to make sure that's right. It has the types of credit you use, vehicle loans, housing loans, credit cards. It has the date you opened the loan, or if it was a line of credit. It has all the balances and available credit on your cards and other lines of credit. It also shows payment history. All of this information is gathered together. And so these credit reporting agencies gather it all together to give you an accurate picture of your financial history. And then that goes on and is gathered by companies that establish your credit score. The most widely known is the FICO score, but we'll get more into your credit score on another recording. So all of this information, even information of if you had accounts passed on to a collection agency, or how much new credits you've opened recently, or even if you've tried to get credit, or tried to get a home loan, or tried to get an auto loan. Those are inquiries into your credit. Again, those affect your credit score, but everything on here is going to affect your credit score. So you want to review it to make sure it's accurate. It's also going to show accounts as either satisfactory or potentially negative. Those satisfactory accounts are those ones that you have made payments on time. Now, generally, most financial institutions and lenders will give you a grace period, and some are more than others. But the best thing to do to keep your credit good, remember this report affects your score, is to pay on time. Now, accounts that are potentially negative, those are the ones that are past due or in collections. Now, sometimes you may see a name on there you don't recognize. I know that's happened with me, and I had to go back and think, well, I thought I got the loan through here. Well, actually, I originally got the loan from one agency and then they sold it to another. So you just have to really keep up with your information. And what you're looking for is errors. Are the accounts correct? Are there some accounts that you don't even recognize? Are there accounts that show that you're in default or in collections and you've been making payments? Do those things happen? I've not seen it yet, but I know it does happen just because I haven't seen it personally. So it's really important, especially if you've newly married, recently divorced, or you've had a breach in any of your financial information. We know there were a lot of people recently that were affected by the unemployment and there was fraudulent claims against them. So that's an important reason to check your credit report. So as I said, these are free. Where do you get them? You get them at annualcreditreport.com. You can pay for them in other places, but remember the free place, annualcreditreport.com. Now through the end of April, once a week for free. After that, once a year, unless something changes again. So you can also receive them in different places. You can receive 2 of the 3 credit reports off of the website Credit Karma. You'll get TransUnion and Equifax, but not Experian. And even when you go on annualcreditreport.com, what you're going into is one website that allows you to link to each of the reporting agencies, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. Once you go in there, those different credit reporting agencies will give you your credit report for free, but they might upsell you to get your credit score. That's another topic. We will talk about that later, but you can get that free as well. And I'll give you the resources for that. Resource again for getting your free credit report, annualcreditreport.com. And remember, your credit report is not just used for your FICO score. It can be used for insurance ratings, how much you're paying for a new loan. So all of this needs to be accurate because if it's not accurate, it's going to hurt you in the long run. So I want to share with you, let me just pause the screen here and share my screen. I think I should have an example of a credit report. And here it comes. So this is an example of a credit report. This is from Equifax. This particular report shows a summary. You can see it's very long. It's 22 pages, or 27, I should say. And then it lists a credit summary. Each of the 3 reports will look differently. This particular account shows length of credit history, 10 years, 7 months, average account age, oldest account, and most recent account. So it takes all of your history and basically writes a report on that. And then it will show your payment history. You see on this 81-month payment history shows what's good, bad. This person has paid as agreed for their Wells Fargo. Here, this is a Wells Fargo account. An individual account is an installment account. The highest credit balance was $2,750. Here is another installment account. It's for 120 months. These are just different accounts this individual has. And again, now it's showing closed accounts. they had a 48-month account with Orange County Federal Credit Union, and it was opened on 11/2004 and closed on 9/2010. Now, this says it was a charge off. So, if this is accurate and then the owner of this credit report knows that, then they don't have to dispute it. But if there's something inaccurate, definitely dispute it. And you can reach out to me and I can send you information on how to dispute anything on your credit card. But most of the credit reporting agencies will include that in their report or online. So again, these are all the accounts. That's why this report is so long. And I'm just going to keep scrolling really fast to get through. And now we have inquiries. Those are those hard and soft ones. So here a company made an inquiry on 8/09, and that's what the company was that contacted the credit bureau. Here's another one. So it shows all the information about negative accounts. So this individual has a negative accounts. Or one account. Again, it shows all the information, and here are the closed accounts for this individual. And it shows that this individual was behind 30 days, then 60, then 90, then 120, 150. And then you can see it went to collections, account closed by credit grantor. If that information is true, then it's okay. But if it's not, here this individual had a Macy's card. It says revolving. And it shows the credit history, the payments, they were 30 days behind here, 60 days behind, but then they were okay after that. So a lot of this information, and this person has lots of stuff on their account. So public records. This individual has no public records. Now here's where the personal information would be: name, social security number, age or date of birth, other identifying information. Many times it has employment history on there too. And this is where you can dispute your file information. I do have a form letter to use. If you need help with any of this, understanding your credit report, help getting it, I'll be glad to help you. Just contact me, Carolyn at unconquered.life. If you have any questions or comments, please put them in the chat box. And I hope this was helpful. And I hope everyone has a great day, and go get your credit reports. It's important.